Last year, there was 560,000 first-time homebuyers. This process can be very intimidating if you don't know what to expect. I know that when we bought our first home, there's a lot of things that I'd wish I had known ahead of time. However, this process doesn't have to be as difficult as it seems with the right information. The first thing you need to do is decide where you want to live. You also need to know how many bedrooms, bathrooms, and square feet you'd like to have in your home. You also need to know how many acres you'd like the home to come with. It's a good idea to plan out your monthly budget ahead of time. You have to anticipate mortgage payments, as well as property taxes and utilities. The lending network suggests checking your credit score on free sites such as Credit Karma. This gives you an opportunity to improve your credit score if it's not already good. You can then contact your bank and talk with the mortgage banker. They can pre-approve you for a mortgage. It's important to know that they're not telling you what you can afford, they're just telling you what you qualify for. Your next step is to contact a real estate agent. While this isn't necessary, they're very helpful and they're better than sites such as Zillow because they have more information. And since the commission is paid by the seller, it doesn't cost you anything. While walking through the homes, you want to do things such as turning on the shower to check the water pressure. You want to open and close the doors and windows, as well as turning on and off light switches and checking outlets, because it's the little details that make up the home. You also want to note the neighboring homes, because if they don't take care of their homes, it can decrease your property value. You also want to know what the traffic is like on the potential street that you're going to be living on, as well as where you're going to be parking your vehicle, whether it's a driveway or garage or a parking structure. You can then make an offer on a home that you like. You'll negotiate a price to find out what works for you as well as the seller. Then the home will go into escrow, which is a type of waiting period, while the home inspection takes place. The home inspector will check the water, the paint, and the structure. And then they will send a report back to the seller as well as to you. This is your opportunity to ask for repairs, to change or withdraw your offer if needed. You can then work with your bank to select a mortgage that works for you. Most come in 30 years. However, they do offer a 15-year plan as well. Tim Lucas explains that in the beginning of 2018, the average interest rate was 4 to 4.15%. However, they can vary depending on the person and the time. So you want to understand what your mortgage interest rate is. There are also certain penalties that it can apply. So if you're going to be moving again in a few years or paying your mortgage off early, you want to know what type of penalties apply to your mortgage. You can then have the home appraised. This is an important step because the mortgage will not exceed the home's value. And as one might expect, there's a lot of paperwork with closing on a house. However, once it's finished, the seller will get their check and you will get your keys and you can move into your home. There are a lot of tools available online if you still don't understand this process. However, I would suggest working with a real estate agent or a mortgage banker because they can answer questions to your unique situation. Being well informed is the best thing you can do, so ask as many questions as you can and take notes. Thanks.